All right, Christopher, we are live. I just wanted to recap a little bit about everything you've gone through with your journey. Can you tell us a little bit about your first go around with it? We lost how much weight, right? Were you all the way up at 270 before, or were you not quite that high?
I was like 265.
265. We brought you like right up to 200, and you're about to cross
Yes.
that 200 mark.
Yes.
And then I don't know, something happened. I think we warned you, right? The hunger was going to start getting
Right.
bigger, right? As you got leaner and leaner. I think that took you by surprise the first time, and then
Yes,
that,
it did.
yeah,
Hmm.
that led to some binging. Yeah.
Yes, I was starving and I think I overdid it
Mm.
because I wanted something. Well, I think we were pretty fast though this time too.
Yeah.
But I'm able to stick with it way more.
Yeah.
Way more. Because it's really not a short change, but like a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
You have to kind of commit to your own well-being as well as your own emotional well-being. So you're not eating your feelings, which is what I typically did.
Yeah. Because I think what like I don't know if you had I'm assuming what happened was you had a bad week and then you didn't weigh in. And then you thought you're like, oh, I'm just gonna get back on track and then I'll weigh in. And then you had another bad week. And I think you came back to me one time after like it was only like 3 weeks, and you're like, oh, so I'm 16 pounds heavier. Is that okay? I was like, what? You gained
What?
16 pounds in 3 weeks? I was like, are you okay? And then I think you did like one or two more sessions. Then you just like stopped after that. And I think it was like
Yes.
until you found me again later on. And, I think you hadn't gone all the way back up to where you were. So we were
No,
started at maybe like 250 or so,
that's
or
right. Hmm.
yeah. And then this time we did cross the 200 pounds
Yeah.
mark. And this time we've been maintaining in like the mid 190s, and you've been maintaining
Yes.
there for multiple months. Have we been maintaining for like half a year at this point, I think?
Yeah, because we started back in January of 2023 and we're
Yeah,
back into January 2024. And I had gotten back down
yeah,
by the summer.
yeah. So
Yeah.
what do you think was difference between those two times in terms of the maintenance phase? I mean, I guess you were expecting the hunger this time. You knew it wasn't going to continue like that forever, right? And then did you start increasing your calories, right?
That's right. And last time I didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't, I didn't increase it at all. I just kind of started consuming everything in sight.
Yeah.
So yeah, this time, yeah, because you were like, okay, you're gonna get hungrier. And I think right around maybe 192, 193, I was like, oh, I'm starving. My initial goal was to get to like 186, which I still may want to do in the new year. I think I may be able to do that
Yeah.
plateau here, and been able to maintain it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, Cole is right. If I continue to eat like this, like so little, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get so hungry that I'm gonna go in at the slightest provocation. Like if I have a bad day or
And
work sucks, I'm gonna like order two large pizzas. I'm gonna have a good time.
yeah, exactly.
And this time, like, we're not gonna do that. I think also I'm cooking a lot more on my own,
Yeah.
and I know what I like, and I can make it to that specification. So I eat lots of fish, lots of veggies,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
season things how I want, and that's also made a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah. So you increase your calories, right? Which is what we want when we get leaner, but you're not completely taking your foot off the gas pedal, right? It's
No,
not one or the other. Yeah.
no, no,
Yeah.
it's not. And I don't have to be as persnickety about calorie counting because I kind of in your head, if you eat the same thing for the most
Yeah.
part, you kind of know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think also motivation for me is that I realize when I don't eat as well, um, I don't look as good
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
from the acute like inflammation. Like if you eat kind of bad things all the time, you're not gonna look as healthy.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be bloated, and of course
Yeah.
I'm getting older, and you can really out eat any workout. I was watching Angela Bassett, who's looked great her whole life, and she was like, "Look, fish, veggies, I have a piece of meat on the weekend, and then that's it, because it just helps you maintain, how you want to look and how you want to feel." And I
Mhm.
like doing things. I like being active. So I want to be as healthy and as whole as long as possible.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about your approach. So what brought you all the
Mhm.
way down from 250, to your weight and then your maintenance. So you were eating to get down there something like really lean. Were you saying you were hitting like 1,200 calories a day or something?
Yes. Yeah. So on an average, when we first started back, I was eating probably like 1,200, 1,300 calories a day, and I would eat once a day.
Which might shock some people.
Oh, okay.
They say, oh, like isn't that too fast of a rate of weight loss? But really, at the end of the day, if we have excessive fat reserves on our body, that's perfectly fine, and your body knows how much fat you have. So it's not going to give you any hunger signals. Like you'll even see on MyFitnessPal, if you put in that you want to lose 2 pounds a week, it's like, warning, warning, this is too aggressive of a calorie goal. But as you saw, and I've had numerous other clients, you can lose weight incredibly quickly, but you have to be careful, knowing, and now we know it from the first time and learning a lesson this time, that can't continue forever. So okay, so you were having 1,200 calories, then we hit the 190s, the hunger started kicking up.
Mhm.
You went up to, do you know roughly what calories you started consuming to maintain at that weight?
Yes, I eat about 1,800, 2,000 calories during the week because I have a stressful job, so I don't eat during the day. So
Yeah,
I only eat at night.
yeah,
So then on the weekend, I may eat maybe 2,000, 2,500 calories a day. And
yeah,
that doesn't move the needle very much because I'm eating like a normal person as opposed to eating 3,500 calories a day.
yeah. And
It
that's,
is
I'm sorry, what are you gonna say?
not great. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and that is another really important point. People think of their food in these very small segments. Like if they
Mm.
have one bad meal, they say, "Oh, I had a bad meal. I screwed up my entire diet," and then they
Oh, yeah.
crazy. And I think people have the same idea on a daily, where they think, oh, okay, I had or like every day has to be exactly the same. It has to be a good day. But really, what matters is, what does your nutrition look like on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis? And so you see, right, you can have less calories
Oh,
on
yeah.
the weekdays, and then that will allot you more calories to have on the weekends, which is where you like to enjoy yourself more, and
Correct.
will actually help you to stay more consistent
Yes.
long term, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because I mean, I don't have, a large pizza once a week, but I can have pizza once a week. And
Yeah.
it does not show up on the scale at all.
Yeah.
Plus you stick to your workout regimen, and if they're gonna work out with you, you're gonna lose weight anyway. Uh, so, so it's not, I can tell if I haven't worked out with you on a Thursday. I can just tell, like, I don't like it just feels different.
Yeah.
So, if you're working out and sticking to your diet for the most part, it's really about patterns. If you're doing 80, 20, 70, 30, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Not all or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And go through a little bit more about the intermittent fasting that you do, because that's what you like, correct?
That is, and I never knew what that was. That's a popular term now, but I've done it probably my whole life. This is just how we grew up in my house. So we were a very busy family. And then I went to medical school and then residency and fellowship. And I never ate during the day. My mom will tell you, my mom doesn't eat when she was working. She didn't eat during the day because
Yeah.
we're so focused and we're doing this and we're doing that. I might grab a snack or a
Mm.
bottle of water, but I'm not going to sit down for a meal.
Yeah.
Um, Plus, I get kind of sluggish after that. I like
Mhm.
to say, I gotta kind of see patients and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't. I really only I eat once I get home. So a typical day, I work from 9 to 5. I come home. Well, in the morning before I do anything, I do a Peloton workout. So I
Nice.
do about half an hour to 40 minutes on my Peloton in the morning, and that's less about even extra. That's just a good stress relief going into the day because going into your first patient, okay, I've had some me time, I've worked out, I've probably done some stretching, um, I might have maybe a couple of grapes or something, some water, then I go to work. And then I'm so busy, I really don't notice. Then I come home, and then usually, which is also, I think, for self-care, I go for a walk every day.
Yeah.
Anywhere between, 3 to 5 miles. Recently here, because I've been doing 5. I
Yeah.
know people are thinking, oh my God, Christopher, how you do? But it's just so great for
Yeah.
like you have to use different parts of your brain. So, there's my working part of my brain, but it also needs to relax. It
Mm,
needs to experience awe, it needs to experience joy and
mm,
peace. And that's what that walk allows for me every day. And I think people miss how fundamental walking is.
mm.
I started running, but then you had that knee thing, so I had to give that up. So I said, well, I'm just going to walk further. And studies have shown that if you get 10,000 steps a day, you're going to lose weight automatically.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Also,
very.
it literally lowers your dementia risk. Like, just get those steps in. That alone is great.
Well, you won't lose weight automatically. If you're eating too much food, you can walk 10,000 steps and stuff.
Oh, that's true.
It's
Yes.
huge.
True.
I mean,
True.
over the course, like if you're doing that every single day, I mean, the consistency is huge because, some people they'll go through a really big walk, but it's just one day a week. And so it's like, okay, well, then you got 20,000 steps a week. It's whole. What's unique about you, and I can attest this, it's, all my clients send me their steps for the week, and your steps are crazy, man. I mean, you don't
Oh,
just get 10,000, you get like 14, 15,000 steps a day. So no, that is massive. People fall in love with walking like that because you're a big guy. And that's why, like some people might think like, oh, 195, like that's not that light. But for a guy with your size of frame and how big your legs are and whatnot, that really is a decent weight for you. I know you want to get down to 186, but I digress.
I always say that.
No, for a guy like your size, especially, but really anybody to transport that body of mass over such a long distance, so many steps, that's a lot of energy out the door. So that will really help. Like when the nutrition is there to accelerate that weight loss process. And then once you're at the maintenance phase, to really help you to be able to, like you said, have more flexibility in your diet
Yes.
when
Yes.
you're getting that many steps in. And I
Yes.
think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think what you and so you're saying you do all of that stuff. So you do the Peloton, you do the walk, all these things, and you haven't had a meal yet. You didn't even eat yet, correct? And okay. And so then you just pretty much you like doing one big meal, right?
I
Or
do. So then I come home, I cook typically. And then if I don't feel like cooking, I'll do maybe sushi is my go-to. I love sushi so
okay.
much. That has like it's so good, but it has like no calories in it. You can even get like a tuna steak from your grocery store. And it's so good if you season it, put it in the oven.
Yeah.
Um, you're gonna be full.
Mm,
Um, if you drink lots of water and lots of greens, you're gonna be fine.
yeah.
You're not gonna miss it. You're gonna be really, really because you're gonna feel like you ate
Yeah.
decadently. You're
And
gonna
chicken
say,
is really lean. Yeah, that's a very lean. So you can have a lot of it and not
"What
go.
do anything?" Like
Yeah.
I like this massive bowl of like
Mm,
salmon, broccoli, spinach. And it's like, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so bloated. But I haven't really done anything.
yeah.
It doesn't show up on the scale.
And that's what works for you. I think, well, correct me if I'm wrong. I think one of the things you like about that is that's easy for you to track. And that's one thing I do like about intermittent fasting. Some people think, oh, if I'm fasting for this 16-hour window, then, that means I can eat whatever I want. As you saw before you met me, right? You were eating like 3,000 calories at night in that 1 hour
And
window.
one meal.
So at the end of the day, calories matter. But I think what does help some people with intermittent fasting is when they eat in a short window of the day, it's usually easier for them to eat less, just by virtue of that. Maybe that's a bit more natural for their body's rhythm. And
Yes.
then also it helps with tracking. I think it's a lot easier to track one meal compared to, 6 meals or however many crazy amount of meals, some people recommend eating. And look, if you're a grazer by nature and that's what works for you,
Right.
who
Some people
ultimately what works for you. This is what works for you. But I do tell people that's one advantage of having, just limiting yourself to one meals a day, 2 meals a day, 3 meals a day, but not letting yourself have infinite meals, infinite snacking is and makes the tracking a
um,
lot easier.
correct. It's way easier because I sometimes get annoyed that I have to kind of go into when I was using the Noom app, I had to go in all day and plug and chug. But
Yeah.
if I you can just do one thing. I sit on my couch and I do it while watching TV. Okay,
Yeah.
I had spinach, and you can measure it out, or you can even use they weigh your fish for you at the market. So you can say, oh, it was this much. And then it's super easy without all the headache from, oh, I had the bag of chips, then I had then I had this. Oh, then I went out for lunch with this person. I had nachos, and I had the wing. So it's much easier just to do it in one sitting. So
Yes. Yeah, and
because I
then
would do it.
that's the biggest thing. And if you know that helps you with tracking consistently over time, that's the most important thing, right? The meal plan that I recommend for my clients, they weigh and measure all of their food, and I kind of give them food categories to choose from, and that works just as well. But then I also do tell you, if you don't want to do that, you want to have more flexibility in your diet, you can count calories. Counting calories
Yes,
works. What works is tracking. In some way, shape, or form, you need to track how much overall food you are consuming. And if you do that, you don't even need to be perfect. You don't need to get the exact number of
no.
calories you're consuming, nor is it possible to know exactly how many calories you're consuming. Same thing
Right.
with these things like, with the meal plan I give people, there's going to be some variability in how many calories you consume based on
Mhm.
what you choose for your meats, based on what you choose for your vegetables. But at the end of the day, it's going to be generally within a certain range of calories. And that's all you need to know to lose weight. But you have to track that you're in that range.
Absolutely, especially when you first get started. I think people sometimes miss, like
Mm,
when you're first starting to go to try to change your lifestyle and lose weight and be healthier, you've got to track it at least at first because you'll be surprised at what is lurking in some of
yeah.
these foods. Uh, it's like it's ridiculous because it really sets you up. And the cheaper the meal, typically, the unhealthier it is. And I mean, it's just the less healthy it is. I mean, it's not good news, people. Like if you if you're tracking on an app and you put in you say, okay, I went to McDonald's, I had a burger and fries. You go, oh my God, I just consumed like 1,500 calories.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like that was lunch.
Yeah, yeah. So you're
And
saying it's a wake up call to track for a while, yeah. But then I think you're also saying this is another thing I'm for people. I mean, we've been going strong for a year now, so it makes sense that you're taking your foot off the gas pedal with maybe not being so, like you said, persnickety with the
right,
tracking.
right.
But in the beginning, like for a solid chunk of time,
Very
you
persnickety.
were trying, yeah. And
Oh,
I
it
have
was
some clients, I'm telling you, they're like a week in and they're like, oh yeah, I'm able to stop measuring. It's like, no, you cannot stop measuring a weekend. That's ridiculous. You don't have to do it forever. I mean, you're a living testament
no,
to it.
you
You
don't have to. Mm-mm. But
but
even now, if I find myself like when I went to go visit my brother and I had a horrible week, I said, let me pull back and let me see what I'm doing, because I want to make sure that I'm not going to go back over. And then I did that for a week and I was like, oh, okay, you got it.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's easy. But
Yeah.
you're right, you can't give it up in the beginning. If you give it up after a weekend or a week, you're going to miss a lot. You're going to miss a lot.
How many months would you say you were tracking this go around until you felt like you could ease off a little bit with the tracking?
We started in January. I would probably say sometime around July or August.
Okay, yeah. So half a year. Yeah, I think that
After.
that sounds great.
To get
Uh,
it going, because you're building new patterns.
Yeah, exactly. And now they truly have changed. Now you've had a half a year where you've been more relaxed at it, and you're also a testament that once these patterns have changed, you don't have to do it for life, and now you can let the foot up gas pedal. With that being said, you hear it here, people, 6 months of tracking and being serious,
Months. Yeah.
right?
Because the truth is, I can't eat like that now. Like if I went to a restaurant or something and sat down, I can't accommodate.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm just not going to be able to. I'm
Yeah,
going to, can I get a to-go box? It's just too much. I just, and for what I need this thing to do. Like
yeah.
if I have to get up every morning, get on my Peloton, and then I know Thursday, so on Wednesdays, I eat maybe a little less because I
Hmm.
know Thursday at 8:30 a.m.
Hmm.
So there's gonna be some butt kicking going on. And so I need to be able to jump, be able to run. Like this morning, we work at like maybe like 100-foot space. I got 2,300 steps this morning.
Yeah, wow,
30 minutes. That's over a mile.
wow, yeah,
So like I have to be able to perform that. If I have a pizza the night before one of our workout sessions,
yeah,
it's not gonna be good news.
I know, yeah.
I can't perform. I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. So no, yeah, you're saying that, you not only pay attention to the nutrition for the weight, right? But also because you know the toll it takes on you mentally, energy wise and whatnot. And so you fall in love with eating healthy, you don't even want to go back to it.
No, and and I'm gonna say this is gonna be something crazy. I don't want to work out every day. I don't like doing it.
Yeah.
but I like how I feel after. And if
Uh-huh.
you hang on to that feeling that you feel after you've completed that workout, you're gonna get up to do it every time.
Mhm.
Um, like after today, we did one today. I was like, I laid on the floor for 5 minutes. But you feel so accomplished after doing it. And I just went on vacation. I was able to show my body and not be self-conscious about it. And it's a great feeling because you put that work in and you get the result. I think for a lot of people, they put the work in for whatever reason, they don't see the results. So that's why I like, to me, it's helpful to work out with you because I can see a result. Okay, we did this for 4 weeks. Oh, that number's changed.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Oh, you have more definition there. Great. 4 more weeks. Holy crap. This is excellent. We have to keep going. So I think there is something to getting fast results so that you can maintain and keep going. Because if it's really slow going, it's, oh, I lost a pound this month. That's not very motivating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a great thing about the weekly weigh-ins, and it,
Yes.
oh, and
And
it,
I
me.
and I thought those,
Yeah, yeah,
but it makes you have to be held accountable. You
yeah.
really do. I mean,
And people always say like, oh, I don't know about weekly weigh-ins. I have a bad relationship with the scale. I say, yeah, you have a bad relationship with the scale because it's going in the wrong direction every time. When it's going in the right direction, everybody loves the scale. And I'm sure you were the same, right? You're like, I'm not putting all this hard work for nothing. And that was probably your favorite part of the day was when
I love that. I would go,
you got to
well,
send me that text, showing that
yeah, like
you're
look at this. Yeah, 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 yeah. So um,
um,
I like it.
and then one more time, just be my advocate, right? You do virtual training, and yeah,
Oh,
you believe the virtual workouts are harder than the in-person workouts that we even did, right? Yeah.
okay.
So, yeah.
We used to work out together.
Mm,
And there were difficult things, but there were things that I considered like breaks,
mm,
like the leg press.
yeah.
I can sit and
Mm.
I can push this weight. I love my legs. Like they're, I didn't realize I had them until Cole pointed out. He was like, "Look at your leg." I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Um, that wasn't like that taxing. But when you're doing, or like the assisted pull-ups, you
Mm,
know, okay, that's not okay.
mm,
But if you're gonna do 12 burpees into some hollow body rocks
mm.
and that kind of a circuit, like nonstop, that kind of a hit circuit, that is your body's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So we need to perform so that you can get through this.
Well, that's the great thing about body weight exercises that they're full body, so everything's working. So that's make them super taxing, right? I mean, yeah, to your point, when you're doing a leg press, just your legs are working. When you do burpee, your upper body is working with your lower body, right? When you're doing a pull up, just your. I mean, obviously, I still love doing that stuff with my clients, but
Right,
I
right.
I just want to because I implore people, my clients who like I have a lot of in-person clients now, and they'll go away for vacations and things like that. But I try to tell them like try out doing a virtual session. You'd be surprised just how good of workout you can get in. And here we have Crystal. He lost 60 pounds, kept it off for a half a year, going strong into New Year. You say you want to lose a little bit more, which I think we're at the point where we probably maybe could shave off a little bit more. But you're a living testament, right? At home virtual workouts, they work really well.
Oh my God, they are vigorous. They work. They work. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, they work. Have a good playlist though. Because you need like, okay, I got the rhythm. Okay, I got the beat. I think I made a mistake of like doing a very chill playlist once, and I was like, oh, this is not because we're doing kettlebell swings, and this is not gonna work.
Well,
But
really
they
quick,
are.
my computer's about to run out of battery, so
Oh,
let's wrap it up there. But yeah, anyways, thank you for saying all that. Yeah, I know the playlist get you pumped up. We have fun with those. I've actually learned a lot of good songs from you and your
there
playlist.
we go. See,
Yeah. I'll be asking, be like, what is that song? Who's the artist? Um,
some country. We do some country.
yeah, yeah, you're getting me into that. So, but yeah, anyways, thank you so much for agreeing to do this,
Thank you, Cole.
Christopher. Yeah, my pleasure, man. And yeah, on to another great new year. 2024 is going to be great, and I know
Let's do it.
it. All right, well, have a great day. We'll see you again next week, okay?
Bye, Cole.
Bye. Range end.